for Dazzle Hangout, and he's sort of the man of the hour because, like, he kind of took KFC to a whole nother level, you know.
Of course.
So thanks for joining us, guys.
Morning, Masana. Morning, Mike.
Morning, guys. Morning, Masana.
We ranking here from Dazzle Magazine. We have today Ottis Effs, who is the general manager of KFC. So he is the KFC man.
Yes.
Right. Ottis has been with the company since 2011 when the company Real Foods took over, and that's the parent company. Ottis is one of our professionals we featured, right, on Dazzle Magazine. And the reason why we featured him because he is a very progressive young man, right? As we could see how he and his team has taken KFC to another level. KFC is not complacent. They're always in your face with new promotions, very innovative. Not just concerned about the retail outlets, which I think is four of them, but they also contribute to St. Lucia, right? So their social corporate responsibility with the events, right? Cultural aspects as well, their donations, their food drives, and also if you have noticed recently, you know, the employment drive, you know, they're actually going into the communities to seek individuals, you know, so it's not just send an application, they actually come to look for you. So right now we have Ottis, and he'll tell you a lot more what he's accomplished and if whatever he said was correct.
All right. Well, thank you, Rankin, for that intro. Young, I like that. But yes, most of what actually all of what you said is correct. I did join the company in 2011 when we had just taken it over under the name Real Foods, and it was indeed a little bit of a struggle to bring the brand back to where it is right now. We did have to fight the stigma that was created and so on, but we had a lot of fun doing it. We're a young company, we're still growing, and that in itself provided a lot of opportunities for growth, not just for myself, but you know, for many members of the team. And that's something that I'm particularly proud of today, to see that as the company grows, individuals within the company grow as well. So yes, we've wanted to be more part of the environment, of the community in which we operate, which is why we do a lot of the things that we do, reaching out more, trying to change lives individually, change lives, you know, on a macro level as well. Getting involved in cultural activities like, of course, Carnival, which is, you know, almost, you know, KFC has almost become synonymous with that right now. But we pride ourselves on doing a lot of other things as well. So recently we started our KFC Cares campaign, which will seek to help individuals that are sorely in need of it. The first drive was targeted at individuals with disabilities, who are shut in, unable to work, unable to help themselves, and we did that with the collaboration of one of our partners, the Trailfinders Club, 4x4 Trailfinders Club of St. Lucia. We were able to identify individuals in communities like around the island, Ancillary, Monrepo, Dennery, Soufre, and you know, prepare hampers and go out and support those people, meet those people, and try to you know, impact those people's lives in a positive way. So that one, you know, and I'm proud that I had, you know, the full support of the team. That meant a lot to me, and to the Trailfinders Club as we so we had a lot of subscription from within the company.
Now it's nice to hear you talk about your team and everybody coming together to take the brand to where it is.
Right.
But we do know you have an extensive and impressive managerial experience, and I mean, taking the helm of the company and really pushing it in that direction. It takes a lot of work.
Yes.
So how did you get to this point where you were even able to take on a position like that? How did it start for you?
So it started off, again, 2011, I joined the company as the accountant. That is actually my field of study. I went I studied in Trinidad and in the UK. I studied ACCA, and then I came back and started working as an accountant, and then I got the opportunity to join Real Foods as the accountant. Again, because we were young and we were growing, I was able to get involved in operations, and that's largely because I availed myself to it, and I availed myself to the learning, I availed myself to the coaching, to the wisdom of my managing director, of the then general manager, and they saw potential. So after that, I spent some time in the restaurants cooking chicken and
Really?
and making sandwiches and running a shift and all that sort of stuff. So
Wow.
and then I was promoted to head of finance and marketing. And in that portfolio, I had to see about marketing, which is when we really started to, get involved in carnival, get involved in sports, get involved in health, and so on. And then after a year or two, I was promoted to the assistant general manager. And I had a lot of coaching, a lot of teaching from Iris. She was no longer with the company, but I availed myself to that coaching and to that teaching. And in another few short years, they decided, you should be the general manager.
Wow. So you no longer are connected to the accounting aspects of things?
No, and now I have
But that's pretty amazing, because a lot of times when people are in the field of accounts, they stick to that because that's your passion, and you work hard to get to that level. Right. So for you to just take that step away from accounts, which I assume is what you really love doing at that time, take on something like this, and now you're into marketing and everything.
Right.
What's that experience like for you, the change in the two environments?
It was challenging. Accounting is, it's kind of very focused, kind of very, you're in your office and your computer and your calculator, and the numbers are your friends, and you're not really concerned with all these other aspects. And so you kind of very focused on this one thing. And yes, you're right, it was a passion for me for some time. And I just kind of love to see the stories that the numbers would tell, and the decisions that it would help you make. So accounting is still an important part of running the business, but I'm not as intimate with putting all of those things together right now. Now, moving from that into operations meant that I had to be able to operate with split focus and be able to do that well. Of course, with a company as big as ours, as growing as ours, I could not do that alone, which is why the team became more important, ever more important. And I had to be able to rely on the team and trust the team to help us to get to where we are now. It wasn't an effort that I could have or something that I could have achieved in isolation. I had to have good support from the team. I had to have good team members, and I think for the most part, I had that, and that's what helped me transition successfully from being just the accountant into being the general manager.
Yeah, so again, that's what Dazzle is all about. It's all about you as an individual having confidence, right, and not being complacent in a company, right? Even though Ottis was in the GM at the time, but he worked his way up, right? He was humble enough to be in the stores, as he said.
Yes.
I think that's what makes him so lovable. They're going, check Ottis! Recognize you! Yeah.
So therefore, operations-wise, he knows the company, the brand inside out, right? From being an accountant to going into marketing, that is a huge transition because accounting is more or less looking at the figures, how to save money, whereas marketing.
That's right.
you have to spend it wisely
Yes.
in order for you to see the return.
That's
right.
Right.
Yes.
So therefore, the accountants will be happy.
Right.
And when it comes down to the team, that's a very good management, because you need to trust your team.
Yeah.
You cannot micromanage. You cannot do it on your own. You cannot be in every single thing.
Right.
If not, the ship will not sail.
Right. That's right.
You understand? So, Ottis is a true testament of Dazzle feature, right? And even progressive young solutions. And when I mean young, I live
He likes that word.
Young. Yeah.
And we doing a lot of positive things in St. Lucia. You know, this is what we're trying to bring across. You know, so Ottis has done a fantastic job. He has supported Dazzle from inception, right? Because we came out in late 2012, you know, early 2013, and KFC has been one of the main, or I would probably say the main sponsor of Dazzle magazine.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're very proud of that as well. I think we're proud of the partnerships that we've been able to create, because again, like I said, you know, we can't do all of this on our own. So, you know, having the avenues that Dazzle has provided has been invaluable to us, and they've always been there to support, even at the drop of a dime. When we need anything, they're available, and they're able to execute effectively. So you know that has been instrumental in helping us be able to manage. You know, everything is moving towards social media now, and Facebook and Instagram and all that. You know, and they've been able to help us navigate those waters. You know.
All right. So Rankin, how do we get to read a little more about Ottis? He's on the cover of issue 26.
You could read Ottis on issue 26. It was the featured cover, and you could get that online on dazzlethemag.com. And I'd like everybody to follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Dazzle the Mag.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Ottis, General Manager of the Year.
Thank you for having me.
Dazzle,